Islanders, you probably saw the post this morning. You saw the heckler on Facebook who said we are crazy. Crazy for leaving Central Arkansas and headed to Galveston, Texas. Crazy for driving 7 or 8 hours to see the naming ceremony and festivities of the Carnival Jubilee. Crazy to be invited and to go. To spend about 5 or 6 hours on the ship, he called us crazy. I will share the comment with you on the show today, and we'll discuss, are we crazy? Would you take this chance and go to Galveston for this ceremony? We'll talk about that. Plus, we're going to talk about news from Carnival Cruise Line. Celebration Key is not even open yet. It's not been built yet. It is being built right now, but Carnival Cruise Line is already planning phase 2, and expansion is already underway. They shared details with us today. We're going to share that with you. And Royal Caribbean makes a call to all investors. They call Wall Street there in New York City and say, hey, we know that here's the bar. You've set the bar for us, but can you please raise the bar a little bit? Because our cruises are selling so well, we're making money for you. Let's raise guidance. We'll talk about that as well. We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. Hey, big happy Thursday to all you Islanders. We hope that you're having a great day. We are on Island Time. I am Derek. Let's drop our anchors and take some time to relax in the islands together. We all need it. Amanda and I are leaving the house here in just a few minutes, actually, headed to Galveston, Texas, where we will officially be on Island Time. A little road trip, a little weekend trip. We enjoy them. We used to take them all the time. Now our vacation days are spent on cruise ships. We're looking forward to it. And we want to invite all of you to join us on our journeys. There will be lots of shorts that Amanda will create as we make the drive to Texas. We will bring you all the coverage. Of course, Jubilee weekend, the naming and ceremony of the Carnival Jubilee this weekend. We're excited to go and to bring you all the coverage. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Ring that bell as well. We can't wait to take you with us as we get to take part in these festivities. I also want to thank all of you for your prayers for Mom. She's been in the hospital for a week and she's getting out of the hospital today. She's going back home. And so I appreciate all your prayers the last week. It has been a long week with many hours spent at the hospital. Thank you so much for those prayers. Let's jump into the cruise news. And first off, we'll jump into this. I woke up this morning and there was news regarding cell phones, right? Cell phones did not work. Mine continued to work for whatever reason. Was yours broke? Let us know in the comments section. But as I logged on to Facebook, there was an entirely different problem. It was a man's profile. I don't know if it's a man or not, but a man's profile had the urge, had the time, had the stamina to write this big, long paragraph about why Amanda and I are crazy. It all revolved around this idea that we're driving the 7 hours or whatever it is to Galveston, Texas, all for this naming ceremony event. And this person could not understand why we would give up days, it's a weekend really, to make this journey, to drive to Galveston, Texas. You're wasting time. I'll read an excerpt here of what he wrote, calling us crazy. Here's what he said. The fact that you would drive several hours and take up an entire weekend just to hop on board a ship for 5 hours is ridiculous. Could you not wait to get on a ship until your trip in March? You need to take a close look at yourself and determine what's valuable to you. Many of you saw this post this morning. The comments got out of control. Thank you guys for having my back. I'm telling you right now, there were dozens of comments on this post. You guys saying, hey, lay off. You guys had better arguments than I could even think of. I'm appreciative of that. I usually don't mention these things here, but I wanted to point out a couple of things because in my mind, I've thought this question. Is it worth going? Is it worth driving 7 hours just to hop on board the ship for 5 hours to be part of the naming ceremony, to come back, rush back on Sunday, and to get back to responsibilities that we have? We have clients who are cruising. We have kiddos that have baseball practice. Is it worth it? The answer to me is yes, and I'm going to respond to this, and you guys will probably have my back as well. First off, Amanda and I have gone on dozens of weekend trips in our 18 years together. Mr. Facebook guy, whoever you are, your profile didn't have very much about you, okay? 18 years we've been on road trips together, and we're looking forward to this road trip together. We enjoy these road trips. We're looking forward to this one as we have the others. Number two, we work our butts off. Most of the time, 16 hours a day. And to be invited by Carnival to attend this ceremony is a reward for us. It's a reward for our community. When someone asks you, hey, would you like to attend this? That answer a lot of times is yes. We have worked to even be given the opportunity to go. And the fact that our schedules are free enough that we can go, we're going to make it happen. We've worked for it. You've worked for it. This community has worked for it the last 3 years. Yes, we are going. We are excited about it. Do we not get to enjoy the fruits of our hard work? Is that not the way that it's supposed to happen in this country and in others? You work your tail off and you're supposed to have rewards. We're taking the reward. We're getting on the Jubilee for about 5 hours. Third, we're going to see some of our best friends, content creators, business partners. Coach Cruz is coming from Chicago. Okay? We have several partnerships and people that we work with daily with Carnival that are going to be on board the ship. Adolfo Perez, who's a VP of sales, going to be on board the ship. They're having a sales meeting there in Galveston. We're going for more than just one reason of the naming ceremony. It's a networking event as well. Fourth, we enjoy creating content for you. We enjoy sharing content. We're going to be live as we're in the terminal in Galveston, about to step foot on the ship. We did it in the inaugural selling. We will do it with this one as well. We're going to bring you all kinds of content this weekend. That's a passion that we have. It's a hobby that we have. No, making a living doing it is not, we're not doing that yet. I can promise you that. If I'm living on YouTube dollars alone, I better hope that McDonald's brings back the dollar menu with McChicken and double cheeseburgers on there, because we're not making a living right now doing it, but we enjoy doing it. It's a hobby. That's why we're doing it. Islanders, I had to mention this because it blew up before I could get to it early this morning. I usually don't mention these things, like I said, but I'm appreciative of it, and we are excited to be a part of this, to take this road trip for the weekend. We're leaving today. We're coming back Sunday. We enjoy road trips. You probably do as well. Let me ask you this. If you were invited, wherever you live across this country, or some of you great world that we live in, would you consider going? Would you go to the naming ceremony of the Carnival Jubilee if you had the opportunity to do so? Share your comments in the comment section below, and I hope this answers the question for this guy. I don't know who the guy is. I've never seen him on our live shows or anything, but he wanted to take the time, so I wanted to take the time as well. Let's move on to more positive news here. Carnival Cruise Line sharing even more details about Celebration Key. They've spent the last several weeks updating us on what it's going to have. They've produced these renderings and these different zones that they're going to have. And we're excited about this. There's family areas, there's adult areas, there's huge lagoons. We're excited about it. And Carnival has seen the response that we have had about this. They know it's going to be successful, and they're already implementing yet another phase to accommodate more cruise ships, which may sound like a bad idea. But I'm going to tell you in just a minute why I think this is actually a good idea, and I'm happy that they're doing this. A new pier extension will be added to Celebration Key. Originally, Carnival shared that Celebration Key would be able to accommodate 2 ships, and they could be XL size class ships as well. Carnival sharing now that they are going to expand the pier. They're going to add an additional 2 berths to the pier. So now 4 cruise ships would be able to enjoy the day at Celebration Key if they so wanted. 4 ships, and it could be, they shared this too, that all 4 of these areas where ships can dock, they could be sized for XL class ships. Now, it's going to be rare. Of course, there will be 4 XL class ships eventually, but it's rare that all 4 XL class ships will be there in one day. But 4 ships will be able to be there. It's exciting news here. $100 million is what this project is going to cost. Carnival pumping more money into Celebration Key when it hasn't even opened up yet. It's going to be completed in 2026. And so, of course, Celebration Key opens in 2025. So there will be a year, or a little over a year, where only 2 ships will be able to dock at one time. But then starting in 2026, 2 ships will be able to dock there. This is an interesting time, really, because if you remember the last couple of weeks, the government of the Bahamas, and Nassau in particular, is starting to impose taxes on cruisers and cruise lines who visit Nassau, because they're starting to see less ships visit Nassau, less cruisers. And they've spent $300 million on investing in their terminal there. But now cruise lines and cruise ships are going to private islands across the Bahamas. It's interesting now that Carnival says, you know what, instead of 2, we're going to be able to accommodate 4 ships at our new private island. Some people think that this is negative. I don't think it's negative. I really don't. Carnival is investing. They're investing. Listen to this. The development of Celebration Key is projected to cost $600 million, the largest development ever taken by Carnival Corporation, not just Carnival Cruise Line, but Carnival Corporation overall. I also think that with 4 ships and the money that they are saving by going to their private island versus another port of call where they have to pay taxes, they have to pay fees, they have to have fuel to get there, they're saving money, plus the addition of money that you and I are going to spend at Celebration Key. I think it could rapidly advance Phase 3, Phase 4, Phase 5, and different things to do on the island. They're justified to come out and say, well, why don't we build XYZ? Maybe it's a Serenity area. There's already an adults-only area, but maybe they have a larger Serenity adults-only type of area or other features for families as well. And it's justified, as I said, in boardrooms, and they make decisions based on finances to say, hey, not just 2 ships are coming, 3 and 4 ships are coming per day. Money's going to be pumped into Celebration Key from our passengers. We need to pump it in as a cruise line as well. I think it's going to rapidly expand the phases and the plans that Carnival Corporation has for Celebration Key. We are excited about Celebration Key. Almost every U.S. home port, except for the West Coast, is going to be able to visit. Most of the ships in the fleet are going to visit. Are you excited about Celebration Key? And after listening to this news story and maybe my commentary, do you agree maybe that 4 ships and being able to host 4 ships in one day could rapidly expand the plans that they have? Or would you rather just 2 ships be able to visit per day? Share your comments and your thoughts in the comment section below. We'll move on to Royal Caribbean today. It's good news from Carnival and Royal Caribbean. It's a great cruise day, except for the guy who's upset that I'm leaving my house and going to Galveston, Texas. Great cruise news day. Royal Caribbean sharing with investors who are hoping, right? You invest in the stock, you hope it goes up over time. You don't want to see it go down. The cruise industry is buzzing, it's hopping. There are so many new cruisers to the industry. Repeat cruisers are cruising more times per year than ever before. And Royal Caribbean tells Wall Street and those who own their stock, this is Royal Caribbean Group, which includes Royal Caribbean International Cruise Line, you've made a good investment. We're going to raise our guidance. We're going to raise our expectations because the wave season that's currently going on right now is record-breaking. Listen to this from Royal Caribbean. They have shared that the first 5 weeks of this year have been the best weeks ever in their company's history when it comes to bookings and it comes to onboard revenue. This may sound familiar to you. This just happened in January of 2023. The same thing happened. And we don't have final numbers. They're not sharing exact numbers with us, but Royal Caribbean Group is sharing that this year, the first 5 weeks of this year, blew out 2023 out of the water. They have less inventory, open inventory for you and I to book a cabin on a cruise this year than they've ever had before. And they love it. We may hate it. We may think there's less options right now and pricing is so high, but this is a for-profit business. And they've told Wall Street, you better up your guidance because we're going to over-deliver. It's rare that happens. You've got to be really confident that what you're doing is working, that the money that you think you have, that you actually have, before you raise the guidance to Wall Street and then you don't perform to that guidance. That would not be good for stockholders, but Wall Street is happy today. Royal Caribbean Group, of course, happy as well. They say this is all because of the Icon of the Seas. And there's so many people who have looked at the Icon of the Seas, and they have not booked the Icon. They say, I can't afford that. But then they keep looking, and they find an Oasis-class ship that they can't afford. They were hoping for the Icon, but they book an Oasis-class ship. Of course, the Utopia of the Seas, the 6th Oasis-class ship is coming out this summer. The Star of the Seas is coming out next summer. A 7th Oasis-class ship has been named, and they're saying that all this news, all this media, all this buzz that's across social media, that's on your TV and the commercials, is generating interest in that people are booking cruises. They may be looking at those big, huge ships. They say, I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to do one of these instead. Royal Caribbean up in that guidance. That is exciting. Shares are up by several percent yesterday and today. 6% was the last that I saw. you can have good perks, good benefits from owning cruise line stocks. I know a lot of you guys, you do that. What do you think about this guidance as well? Do you think that it is fair, we'll use that word, fair, for cruise lines to continue raising their pricing? We don't like it, but again, capitalistic economy, it is a for-profit business. They raise prices as long as demand is there to pay those prices, and it is there. Islanders, we got to pack up. I just heard Amanda literally call my name and say, let's go. We have a drive to Galveston, Texas. We are excited about it. We will bring you all kinds of content on our way down there. And of course, we'll be there tomorrow, kind of a free day. Saturday, we will be on board the Carnival Jubilee. We should get on board around 10:30. We've got a special lunch. And then Gwen Stefani will be there as well. We're excited about that. Excited to see some of our old friends there from Carnival Cruise Line. And then 3 weeks from today, we leave to go actually sail the Jubilee again. We're excited about that as well. Islanders, we hope you enjoyed the video today. If so, give us a thumbs up. We would appreciate that. We are sincerely looking forward to your comments in the comment section below. We'll see you on our Facebook page and this weekend right here on Island Time.